1, 2, 3. Close enough.
Did we do it?
I think so. I'm not 100%.
Holy shit!
sure.
Wait. Did we? I think we just did it.
The third episode is a charm for the clap.
Dude, whoa. I'm actually amazed. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting. I had some jokes prepared for when we fucked it up, but
Wait, you're scripted?
no, I mean, I was just preparing for it, you know?
You were preparing for us to fail. Is that why we haven't made it yet?
I mean, our previous track record would say that we're probably not going to nail this.
Whoa, excuse me.
But we
Episode
did.
number 3 of
We
haven't
did.
made it yet?
I just meant the fucking clap, dude.
Oh, Diamond's got the clap.
We both got the clap, dude.
Dude, we got the clap.
The same time.
Good title.
Yeah,
Good title.
perfect. Dude, people love it when you say the title in the episode. I'm your boy, Chris Diamond, is known as Diamonds on all social media. I'm joined with my friend Rob, last name Redacted, and he is known as KonviktTV on all socials.
I honestly was questioning what you were saying right there. What does redacted mean?
Okay, for our listeners, Konvikt, just how old are you, buddy?
I am 18 years old, barely legal.
So he's 32?
Whoa, dude, 31. Come on, dude. You're giving me an extra year.
Sorry. So he's 31, and he doesn't know what the word redacted means.
It means take back like a pterodactyl.
I'm gonna try to be nicer to you, Rob. I really am, because I feel like I can't be a dick. But
it's not gonna happen.
I lost you at redacted.
It sounds like pterodactyl.
That's where your mind went.
That's where my mind.
Your mind went to pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where does your mind go when I say redacted? First thought.
I mean, I think of the word redacted. I'm like, what are we redacting?
Really, you don't think pterodactyl when somebody says
not
redacted?
Think about a pterodactyl.
Right,
if you said Chris last name redacted, I wouldn't be like, I'm not a dinosaur, Con. Rob, you know I'm not a dinosaur.
Just call me a pterodactyl is what I thought.
Yeah, I was not calling you a pterodactyl.
Well, why not?
Okay. Do you want me to start? Is that like some weird? Do you have like
Let's
a
restart.
Dino fetish?
Go ahead,
Like
redo it.
Redo what?
Redo the intro and call me a pterodactyl.
Oh. All right, guys. What up? It's your boy, Chris the Behemoth Diamonds, joined by my friend Rob the Pterodactyl.
Okay, perfect. That's how I want to be
What's
introduced.
up? It's Chris Terror Squad Diamonds. I'm joined with my good buddy, freaking Velociraptor Rob. How we doing, my dude?
I'm doing fantastic. Philosopher Rob.
It's not. I didn't call you Oh my God. Anyway,
Velociraptor. I cannot say Velociraptor. Philosopher. I can't
philosopher. What do you? Okay.
What'd you call
Shut
me?
up. Shut up. We'll just stop talking. Just. Good God, Convikt.
What are we going to be talking about today, Diamonds?
I don't know anymore.
Tell them a little bit about what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about our biggest fears.
We are going to be talking about our biggest fears.
Jenna? Ooh.
We're going to be talking about Jenna on Twitch. We talked about her last week. There's been some updates. I need to talk about how sexy the Super Bowl halftime show was.
Oh, we're going there. Okay.
I mean,
right, we're going to the Super Bowl. That was yesterday. Was it? Yeah, yesterday.
I don't remember, it was so good. I don't remember any of the game. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm pretty sure those are the girls we grew up with. Those are the butts we grew up with. Well, I did.
Dude.
I don't know about you.
You're only it's 5 years older than me.
Well, thank you.
It's
You called me young. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I
are
never
being
called
nicer.
I see. Okay, it's fuck. See, quit being a fucking idiot. And dude, it was so good. The game actually felt like secondary to that halftime show. Last year was Maroon 5, and I couldn't have given two shits.
Well, the moms did. The moms loved Maroon 5 with his shirt off.
And then they were like, "Oh yeah, who watches football more, moms or all
Or all
dudes
guys.
in America?"
I would say the second one.
I would say the second one. I
I'd
think
say
it's the
B.
sexiest. It has to be the sexiest halftime show of
Besides
all
the
time.
nip slip one, yes, 100%.
But the nip slip one was like, first of all, it was a wardrobe malfunction.
Was it?
I think they did it on purpose.
I think they did it on purpose too. You know, they needed the views. They needed the ratings.
Although I did say that to the people I was watching the Super Bowl with. I was like, we need like another like nip slip. And then they were like, no. And I was like, but I'm sure it did amazing for the ratings. But apparently it hurt Janet Jackson. Like it stunted her career a little bit.
Stunted Janet Jackson's career. Really?
I mean, she had a bad name for a little bit.
Really?
That's what I was told.
Overall, did Janet Jackson's career be stunted?
When's the last time you heard of Janet Jackson doing anything since that Super Bowl show?
True. That's actually true.
Yeah, true.
That's actually
That's
very
super
true. Maybe she just retired, man. She was just done, you know?
I mean, maybe.
Wait, she's still alive, right?
But you want to know who didn't retire?
Who?
Jenny from the fucking block.
Jenny from the block. She came
God
back
damn.
hardcore. Which one was your favorite? If you had to choose,
that ass
which one?
literally won't quit. Like, it looks
Which butt would you have chosen?
like, I think Shakira is more
I'm
overall
going
just
Shakira.
beautiful. Yeah.
I'm going
And
Shakira.
when she was playing the drums, I was like, what is happening right now? I was like,
She looked a little stiff to me. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree. Looser wrist. Me and Con both play the drums. But still, Shakira on the drums is never a bad sight.
Imagine playing the drums in the middle of the Super Bowl, though. I'd be stiff too. You know what I mean?
And that's like just something that they were like, you should play the drums for a little bit. And she's like, oh, that's not really my thing, but all right.
Do you think it's like when freaking Adam, you know, from Maroon 5, he plays the drums sometimes every now and then, but I think he's actually really good on all the instruments.
Dude, I saw Panic at the Disco live. So I think that Brandon Urie is the most talented person on the face of the planet musically.
Elaborate.
He literally kicked at one point during the show, before doing a full Bohemian Rhapsody cover, that they did the opera parts. Sorry, I want to say orchestra parts. I don't know why. They did the opera parts live, and I guess that Queen didn't even do the opera parts live like half of the time.
Really?
So anyway, he ends up getting on every instrument on the band and just outplayed every single one of them. Like, I was like, dude, like, that's fucked up to do to your bandmates. Like, he kicked the drummer off and just started going in, and I was like, good God, dude. Like,
How old is he?
I don't know. I can look it up. I can tell
He's
you
not
he's
that old. I'm pretty sure.
he
Yeah, I
was
think I'm older than him.
when I Write Sins Not Tragedies came out. He was 19 years old, and I know that for a fact.
Okay. Now, we've talked about this quite a bit already about favorite music. And we have to talk about the Beatles.
Oh, my God.
Who here
so-
thinks Beatles is one of the worst bands, overrated bands out there? Raise your hand. Is your hand raised, Diamonds? Because mine is.
You're going to make me... We're going to do this?
We're going to do this right now.
We're doing it?
The Beatles. Explain to me why every song besides Yellow Submarine is butt.
That's their worst fucking... Okay, that's their worst. First of all, it's their worst song. Okay?
Yellow Submarine, dude? Most catchy song that they've got.
All of them were... Okay. Any...
You're getting so flustered already.
Anyway... Because you're an idiot. He also but let me prefix this a little bit. Okay, so he also said that all Quentin Tarantino movies were bad. Sometimes the things that my buddy Rob says are just so flabbergasting that I do get a little flustered. Yes,
Quentin Tarantino's a weird fucking guy. All right,
I'm not disagreeing with you. He's a film nerd. He's not like a creepy dude. He's just a weirdo. He would get dropped off at the movie theaters like in the morning, and his mom would pick him up literally like 9 hours later. He would spend all of his days watching movies.
You remember Comp USA? This is a boomer thing. Comp USA.
Oh my God! I mean, barely.
My mom would drop us off there.
I remember the commercials of it. I don't remember what it was.
My mom would drop us off there. We'd play PlayStation 2 or Xbox at Comp USA for like 4 hours, and we wouldn't buy them. But she would drop us off there.
Look, you turned into a video game nerd.
True.
And you're trying to become a very successful one. That's all that Quentin Tarantino did.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And he actually made it, though. So
yeah,
we just got to get to that part.
But hey, I mean, if you want to talk about like directors and like stuff like that, like so Judd Apatow. I know we're getting a little off topic, but this might light a fire under you a little bit.
Okay.
So Judd Apatow.
I'm listening.
You know who he is, obviously. If you guys don't know who Judd Apatow is, he's the creator, director, producer of movies like Superbad, 40-Year-Old Virgin, pretty much anything with Seth Rogen in it. What?
That blonde girl that's in all these comedies too?
Oh, that's his wife, and I literally just blanked on her name. But yes, his wife is in This Is 40. She's the main character. She's in Knocked Up. Yeah. His
Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann. That's right. Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, we just talked about all of his amazing movies. Like Superbad's my favorite movie of all time.
That's amazing.
Blah. It really is. It really is the best movie ever. But anyway, he didn't get his turn until he was like 40. He failed. He said he failed completely like 9 times or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, like 100% like failed, like had no money, like was nothing. And then at like 40 is when his films took off.
That's kind of like, that happens a lot actually, dude. Colonel Sanders, KFC, didn't like break out until he's like 60. You know, you could be old and make it. You don't have.
I'm so sorry for. When we do these live, you'll be able to see how much I roll my eyes when this fucking guy talks. Like the entire time I was saying my shit that was actually real, you're like, I got the best fucking joke.
It's not a joke. He didn't make it until he was 62.
Is that real? Isn't Colonel Sanders like
he didn't
character?
No, Colonel Sanders is a real person. He didn't make it the perfect chicken recipe until he was 62.
And then he died and they ruined it.
Basically, he didn't franchise.
Weird silence.
62.
I was like, it was a weird silence after KFC. I was like,
well, it brought back memories.
I hit home for Con.
He's one of my heroes, just like the Dave from Wendy's.
Dave from Wendy's. he's my hero. Another late bloomer. Dude, he kind of looks like Colonel Sanders.
You know, I lived in Ohio at the time when he passed away, and that's where it's from, Wendy's, and I just really hits home.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't want to get you too emotional here.
Let's talk about the Chihuahua from Taco Bell. Now
we were on a topic. I'm going to keep us on
what
the
topic were we on?
We were on the topic of how you have shit taste in music.
Okay, what's your favorite band?
I swear to God, Con, if you say a single bad thing, I'll jump through my microphone and strangle you.
What's your favorite band?
You know that my favorite band is My Chemical Romance.
Okay, all right.
So anyway, we're not talking about our favorite bands. We're talking about why you think the Beatles are bad. And because
why? They're overrated. I think they're just overrated.
Because, okay, so like when you listen to the Beatles and you're like, okay, let me try to put my comparison goggles on. Who are you comparing them to?
The Monkees. They're way better, dude.
I fucking swear to God. The Monkees copied that. You know what? Let's move on. Can we talk about Shakira's ass again?
Because I only know one song.
I can talk about that all day.
Shakira's ass, J-Lo's, dude. She showed full J-Lo booty. That's all I'm saying.
That was like, I'm not gonna. Okay, we gotta move on from the Super Bowl.
Can we just make an hour episode of J-Lo and Shakira's booty?
Yeah, can we just talk about how much we love J-Lo and Shakira for this entire episode?
Like, whose other booty is good enough to match up with those two and dancing style?
I mean, Shakira's like known for the hips too. Like, I don't think you're topping Shakira. I don't think you're topping Shakira.
Booty wise?
Dude, just like, I mean, it's the booty plus the combination of her ability to move her hips.
And they've had like 2 kids. You know that? Like they've had kids.
Well, that's also what a ton of fucking money will do.
That's
like
insane. Like they're like
Zac Efron.
gods. Yeah.
Zac Efron looks like a god, right? Like
True. He's chiseled like a real
yeah,
Greek
let's
god.
let's not beat around the bush. Zac Efron's fucking rocking it, right?
I'd fuck him.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say that, but
you agreed pretty fast. I don't know.
You learn a little bit, something new about Con every day. I mean, I never said I would fuck him. I just said he's in really good shape. There's a difference, but all right, bud. You know, you do you. I don't judge.
Okay, I've got a question for you, Diamonds. We brought
you
this
keep
up
interrupting me in the middle of anything I say.
Go.
Okay. He said that he literally said they like asked him. They're like, "You have a flawless body. How are you able to do it?" He's like, "Because I have the world's best trainers and nutritionists and shit like that." When you have the world's best people around you all the time, like you're probably gonna be pretty good. Like Jennifer Aniston. Like she's getting hotter as she gets older. You think that's like she has teams that help that happen.
Jennifer Aniston. Okay, this is going to be another bad thing about Jennifer.
Are you about to say that she's not hot?
Friends was overrated too.
Comparing it to what though? Okay, so back to the Beatles
the sitcoms nowadays.
Yes, okay, perfect. Let's think about what the fuck you just said. Okay. So you're comparing something from 30 years ago to something now.
Yeah,
okay.
modern.
So the Beatles, you're like, oh, there's so many bands right now that are more exciting than the Beatles. Yeah, but when the Beatles came out, they started everything. It was like blues and jazz, and then the Beatles came out and like they wore suits and had nice haircuts, and people thought they were like badasses. Like their hair was considered long.
Was it the people in England or was it the people in America that thought they were badasses?
Everybody, the whole world did, because they brought a new style of music. They made music catchy. Music wasn't like, I mean, it was kind of catchy, but they just like brought like everything together.
Was there any rock bands before Beatles?
I mean, I'm sure there were some sort of rock bands. Like Elvis is considered the king of rock and roll, but he also stole all of his music.
I think I learned that from you last time, that he stole all of his music.
He did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he none of his music's original. For any Elvis fans listening, if you didn't know that, I'm very, very sorry.
In the ghetto. They stole that. He stole that from South Park.
No, yeah, he stole that one from South Park. No, they were all Motown songs. But that's like what Motown did. They just churned out music, and then they would sell it, and then they found Elvis to be the face, and so they just gave him all the good songs.
I could never get into Elvis either. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. I don't like old music.
So yeah, but you have to like. So I'm not saying that like it's good, but when you say they're overrated, they're not.
I mean, their album is so expensive, and so I'm not going to pay that $50 for a Classics Beatle album when it's overrated. That's what I mean. That's kind of.
It's not overrated. It's worth money for a reason. It's overrated if you compare it to like your favorite bands now. Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, it's so simple. But at the time, that was like your favorite band is Rise Against, right? At the time, they were that sick, you know, or like whatever dope band is the craze, they were that.
And then what happened to them?
They went on to have one of the most successful music careers of all time.
But why'd they break up? Was it death, was it?
That's a whole nother. We could start a whole podcast on, not even an episode. I'm talking like a whole series on.
I know nothing of the Beatles, apparently.
Yeah, so we should honestly stop talking about it. It's gonna end up being half the episode.
So how about Jenna? What happened with Jenna? We'll segue into that.
Oh my God! So if you guys don't remember, Jenna is was a streamer on Twitch. I don't know if she still is actually anymore. She was a partnered streamer on Twitch. I think last week we talked about how her Discord DMs were leaked, and she said a lot of racist things and a lot of politically correct things within her community and was not a super nice person. And she has since been banned and had her partnership and affiliateship taken
She can't
away
even get
on
subscribers.
Twitch.
Only donations.
And I believe that she is shadow banned.
So I watched the whole. I did my research. Okay. Now I watched the whole video.
We're gonna let Con talk for a little bit.
I watched the whole video, and she thought she was shadow banned, and then they realized later on, an hour later, that she wasn't shadow banned. So she's not leaving for Mixer or anything like that, but she is very upset that she can't get subscribers and is marketing donations quite a bit.
I mean, you would too. I mean, she still she's still gonna pull in like tons.
She was
of
at like
viewership.
3,000 viewers.
Yeah. So it's not like people like her community will still pay her. It's just paying her a different way.
Yeah, it's the queen. It's the queen. We need to keep the queen paid. You know.
Yeah.
They're saying
anyway,
that my queen.
the thing about it that I respected her a lot for was that she just like straight up owned up to like all of it.
But that could be a bad thing, because if she didn't own up for it, she'd probably still be partnered. That's the big thing.
It was there. I don't think so. No, because her tweet was, "I just got unpartnered on Twitch." Here, I'm gonna look it up so I don't misquote it.
And she said,
But
she said something about if she never did it, she probably would still have her partnership.
Yeah, but she goes, okay, I just want to get it 100% right, so we're 100% accurate. Okay, so she says, "It terrifies me that if I had lied and denied my past behavior, I'd likely still be a partner. We can't foster lies and deception. It's fundamentally wrong." That's what she said. And then her tweet about being unpartnered. "I was unpartnered with Twitch today. I understand and respect their decision, and I'm happy that they're standing out against hate. It brings me joy. I'm in a community that will protect the oppressed. If you allow me, I will regain your trust in the communities with my future actions." So, I mean, unless it's all bullshit, I actually kind of believe it.
I think it's all bullshit.
You think it's all bullshit?
I think it's all bullshit. I think I can't tell her what she's thinking, but, you know, the most recent one was in December, you know? It wasn't years and years ago. Some of them were, but the most recent of her actions was in, like, December, November, September. So, like,
yeah, and I don't know.
And claiming amnesia.
Sometimes shit like that'll slap you upside the head, though, you know?
But would she
she's like,
be
holy
upset
shit,
if she
I
didn't
almost
get
just
caught?
lost my entire career. Like, maybe I should actually be a good person.
Would she be upset, or would she have ever apologized if she never got caught?
Probably not, but I don't know. You know, life's funny like that, Con. I don't really know, man.
I don't know. I think there should be a grace period when you stop looking at things like that, though. Like 2 years. You should never look like too far back. I don't know. It's just racism's big.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. And I don't think that, unless, like, I don't know. She also just seems like she would just say that shit without actually thinking about it, just because she's, like, mean. But, like, I don't know. Like, she could be a real, like, full-on
We don't know
racist.
who she is, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know.
It's hard to judge. But if her tweets are to be believed, I think it's good, and I think she handled it in an appropriate way.
She did, but her actions were different on the stream. She was kind of like upset. I'm getting off of Twitch if they're shadow banning me, and I hated it, and then like it was kind of like opposite of what she was trying to say.
I will say, I mean, we'll say it on air. Can you deny that Twitch is, I would say, choosy with their bans?
They are. It's definitely who you know. That's for sure.
It seems very choosy. It seems very Like we're not going to talk about the past incidents because they've been talked about 1,000 times. But there's been a lot of people that have done a lot of things that haven't gotten banned. Meow.
Meow.
Like sometimes you give your cat vodka on stream or throw your cat across the room.
That compared to what Jenna did, I would think the other one.
I agree. I agree. But I'm just saying it's all bannable, or like all these. Like, it's all stuff, but they're very, like, pick and choose. Seems, I don't know. That's how it seems to me.
And your career's in their hands. That's what's scary to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the big boys are leaving a mixer.
Do you know anybody
that's why
that's
Shroud's
been banned?
like, cool, I don't care if I only have 3,000 people show up. I don't have to worry about anything.
Do you know anybody that's been banned? Like, around, like, lower partners? Not like big boys.
I don't think so. Do you?
No.
Yeah, no. Because we're
only
not held to a higher regard. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but you get banned from being reported, right?
Yeah, if you get mass reported, you can get instantly banned by their verification or whatever it is, their automatic ban, basically.
Yeah,
if you get enough.
like, if you're a lot of us smaller streamers, we have like a community that's around us. Our community's not generally gonna report us.
If they do, they're not part of my community.
Wow. I would never treat my community like that.
I've seen some of my communities fuck with me, and they like send me a screenshot about like pretending to report me.
Yeah, well, you're a pretty reportable person
Because I'm cute.
Anyway, we're talking about that. It's a lot of shop talk. It's a little inside baseball on streaming. But since we're freaking talking about it, Ninja's contract with Mixer was revealed, and it's in the ballpark of 20 to 30 million. And do you think it was worth it? Because his viewership has taken a massive hit.
And how much was it again?
20 to 30 million for 5 years, I think.
30
Could be
million.
wrong on the duration.
I think that's worth it, especially if it's an actual contract. It ends in 5 years, and if it doesn't work out, you can go right back to Twitch and bet you he'd get all the viewers back. Bet you, 100%.
I bet you he would too. And again, it's stress free. Now he's just creating content.
5 years stress free. It doesn't work out. Go back to Twitch. Get all your viewers back. Easy.
Yeah, it sounds like the easiest decision of all time.
100%.
I agree, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we both. All right. So we're both in agreement. It was worth it. Even if 8 people showed up to a stream, he's like, this doesn't matter.
8. That's not. That's like the Yellow Submarines. No, I don't know where I'm going with that one.
But would you care if you were making that much money and had that little viewership? You think it would still bother you?
It's kind of like nowadays. I would rather have a smaller, like, close-knit community that you're guaranteed income over a large amount of viewers with less income.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So it's kind of like the same feeling we get as our smaller communities, you know what I mean? And as we grow, hopefully those get bigger. But like, what I'm more worried about is if we do make it, when we do make it,
when we fucking
do make it, is what's going to happen with your core community, with the small, when you were so close knit, you were able to talk to everybody. You know what I mean?
It changes.
It does. And where do they go?
If they're true supporters, they'll stick with you and understand.
Yeah. It's true.
That's when I think that's when being a VIP in people's streams is gonna actually mean more.
That's true. That would definitely mean a lot more being a VIP or a mod. Like, even people mod their friends when they're bigger.
Yeah, exactly. So the true ones will still be there. They'll understand. They're not. You could just be like, yo, you sit in this chair and try to read the messages. I'm very sorry. But it's
That's
physically
harsh saying
impossible
that to somebody.
read What?
That's harsh saying that to them. They're like, well, chat. A lot of the times the chat doesn't understand that you're it's going fast and you can't get.
Yeah, and it's like literally physically impossible sometimes. Like I can't imagine to like when the top streamers chats are just flowing. And like I'm sitting there like, holy shit, this is going. Like there's
I
no
get intimidated
way.
by it.
Yeah, I can't even read it, and I'm not even streaming. Like, like so. I mean, and you have Discord. I mean, people like Kitty Plays. This is a lot of Twitch talk. This episode of like Kitty Plays. She used to have community nights. She still had 2,000 viewers, but she would have like 20 people hang out in her Discord and stuff like that. So like you can still do that.
Really?
When you. Yeah, she would do girls' night streams where she would get a bunch of girls from her community and they would just like literally like drink wine and hang out.
Can I join girls' night streams?
I mean, if you no, I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna shut this idea down, like I shut down a lot of your ideas. So last night, everybody listening. So last night. I'm trying to get Konvikt to be productive, which is
everyday thing,
a nightmare. It's like I don't even know what it's like trying. It's trying to get like a turtle to sprint.
It's procrastination. You know, I it's just get better with more pressure.
I don't think that's it.
I produce better content with pressure.
I don't think that's it. I think if you hit every deadline and were super proactive all the time, I think pressure would be lessened on you. But that's fine. That's a whole nother
issue. But what happened last night?
So last night, instead of making this podcast, Konvikt started sending me houses that he wants to live in. He wants me to move in. He's gonna find a 5-bedroom, and he wants to find 5 other content creators. And through these lists, we found El Chapo's like freaking haven, and Konvikt's like, it's a pretty good deal, and I'm like, yo.
You get 2 houses for the price of 1.
Yeah, there was a compound in the back. Konvikt's like, perfect. Like, I don't think you realize, like...
We'd find some stuff there, I'm pretty sure.
Because it has so much land. It's like 5 acres of land around. I'm like, yeah, for a reason, dude. Like...
El Chapo.
And then after I shot down the cartel house, he brings up an abandoned school, which I'm pretty sure it is illegal to live there. Like, I don't think we could actually live there.
If you own it, you could live there, right?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think
you could live wherever you own something, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can tear it down.
Let us know. If you own it, can you live it? If I owned a school, could I live in it?
You could tear it down and live on the land. It's the same thing. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe. I don't own home.
Anyway,
I'm not a property owner.
Anyway, he sends me a school, and I'm like, this is funny. And he's like, what? And I'm like, what?
Why is it funny?
What are you whatting? The school you just sent me? Yeah, that's what I'm whatting. And he's like, oh, no, I'm being serious. So
it's just fixer-upper.
So we haven't made it high.
We haven't.
It's gonna be a thing.
High.
It's gonna be we haven't made it school for children who can't read and do other things good. And we're starting a school, so that'll be up and running soon.
That reminds me of that dang Disney movie, the movie like Sky High or something like that.
Dude, yeah, where they were all superheroes?
Yeah, superhero Sky High.
And like they a couple of them had some lame ass ones.
Yeah, that sounds really cool with all streamers, dude. Streamer school, diamonds. Chris,
yes,
streamer
Rob.
School. Brick and mortar streamer school in Texas,
all right, dudes.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's surrounded by it was in the middle of friggin' nowhere. Literally had graffiti and like bullet holes and like every part of it. He's like, bro, only 150,000. I'm like, yo, we have to fix up a school. Like what? Like, how much money do you think it takes to make a school happen? Like, even if we don't start a school, like we don't want to live in the broken shambles of a school, so we'd have to I mean, cleaning
an open
it up
area
would
design.
cost thousands of dollars.
An open design, okay? You could just take out
Property Brothers, open concept.
open concept, easy.
Knock down every wall and just get everything out. That would still cost so much money. You know how much money that would cost?
You know how much money we could get?
For living in a school?
Remodeling it and flipping a school, dude. Flipping
A school? I don't think that's how it works. You have to be like Oprah to do shit like that, dog.
We could flip a school.
Oprah flips schools. We're not at. We'll never. I'm sorry. Even if we do make it, we will not be at school flipping level. There are very few people in history that have ever been at school flipping level.
I don't think
all
there's
right.
ever been anybody that flips
Oprah,
schools.
dude.
Does she really flip schools?
I don't know if she flips schools, but she can just build a school like willing to.
She
just lifts up her hand and like just summons a school.
You get a school. You get a school.
That was the Dane Cook joke.
Was it really? Oh my god.
Yeah, everybody here gets a school with a full faculty. The fuck am I gonna do with a school? It's honestly one of my favorite jokes of all time.
And schools are paid by the city too, right?
Yeah, so you think we're gonna get funding? We're like, yeah. So we moved in. We're gonna. Have you heard of David Dobrik? Do you know David Dobrik? Okay,
Block Squad.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna be him, but better. Okay, so. So fund it.
So give us money.
Yeah, they're like, we're like in the State Department. They're like, are you guys fucking with us right now? Like, who's David Dobrik?
Diamonds. Dreams.
What?
Dreams.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't ever dream of living in a school. I'm gonna stop there.
You know,
I don't need a school. I don't
some
need
people
it.
go to like away schools and live there.
Like a college?
No.
Is that how uneducated you are? You don't even know what the school is that you're supposed to go to?
No,
That's why he didn't know Redacted. This is all making so much sense. Call back.
No, like they send their kids off to school like young kids. Like
Yeah, it's a charter school.
yeah, and they live there.
Like Zoey 101.
Yes,
Dude.
We could make Zoey 101.
Dude,
That's all
I'm sorry, but that would have been the dopest fucking school in history.
It would have. Like that was, you know,
Like they were in like, was that middle school or high school? They're like, you pretty much live like a college kid on the beach, and you're like, okay.
It was like in Malibu and everything.
Yeah, I was in Malibu. It was like literally, I actually went to the place where it was not. Yeah, I
Wasn't
I
it
went to the
Pepperdine or
place-
something or close? To
Yeah, it
Pepperdine?
is. It is.
Yeah.
And I
Pepperdine.
remember driving. I was just driving through Malibu because I love California, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And my friend was like, "What?" And I was like, "This is where they filmed Zoey 101." He goes, "This is Pepperdine. This is like one of the nicest schools in the country." And I was like,
expensive.
"Yeah, but more importantly than that, this is where they filmed Zoey 101."
Yes. Dude, what happened to her?
She got pregnant. Remember?
She got pregos and then just stopped?
And then the show ended. That was Britney Spears. Was Britney Spears' sister.
Yeah, I learned that later on. I didn't know that when I watched it, kind of.
Oh, I was in love with her.
I don't
was like
even want to say
Zoey.
how old I was when I watched it. How old was I?
So if I was, what was that? I don't know. When was Zoey? Let me look up Zoey 101's run years.
Zoey 101 came out in 2005.
Okay, so 2005. Holy shit, that was 15 years ago.
Sophomore in high school.
I was 10.
I was a
You
sophomore.
were a sophomore in high school? That makes sense. I was 10. And it only ran for 4 seasons.
Yeah, only 4
So for
seasons.
3
Some shows don't
years.
even do that nowadays.
What do you mean? I feel like shows now have longer
Some get canceled after
life
2
because they
seasons.
have bigger gaps in between the seasons.
I hate nowadays shows because they're always like 8 episodes. They used to be like 25 episodes per season.
But that's because they would just crank them out. So, I mean, if you want to get technical about everything, we can. But a sitcom, okay, so a sitcom, those are 3 camera shows, right? Like Friends. So there's 3 cameras, and one of them's filming the center, one of them's filming the left, one of them's filming the right. They do that shit live in front of an audience. Those actors on shows like that, they work like 4 to 5 hours a day, like actually. And then shows like, I don't know, like any show now, like The Office. The Office was kind of the one that like broke that mold.
Yeah.
That's a single camera show. They work like 14-hour days.
Video nerd.
I mean, that's my profession. I'm a film. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm just more concerned that this show stopped in 2008, and I was like a freshman in college.
Were you still watching it actively?
I think not actively, but I saw a couple episodes.
And were you doing? Sure. Were you smoking the devil's lettuce a little bit?
I'm not gonna lie. I did.
Because my brother used to watch Teletubbies with me all the time. Teletubbies? I just said Teletubbies.
Why did you say Teletubbies?
I don't know. Towel Tubbies? Towel Buddies? I think I was watching something else. Anyway.
Are you sure?
He used to watch Teletubbies with me, and he was in college, and it was always such a fond memory. And then when I got older, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was so high," and I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, dude, I was watching Teletubbies with you." Why am I saying it?
But he was stoned.
Okay. He was stoned, and I was like, "Oh, you just ruined part of my childhood."
Oh,
So, but that does make sense that you would watch Zoey 101. I watched Hannah Montana well past when I should have stopped.
Me too.
Me too. Okay, that's weird. Okay. So you were like out of college then. So Rob's like, yeah, I was 24. Just
Last
loving
year,
some Zack, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Never watched that one.
You never watched Sweet Life? Ashley Tisdale? Oh,
No,
damn.
dude. I mean, they're my age. Aren't they? Maybe.
I don't know why you're saying. Why'd you say it like that? You said, what does that even mean? What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, like, it's a normal thing for me to watch my age people, right?
I don't think if it's targeted towards 14-year-olds.
Oh, she's older. Ashley Tisdale's older than me. She's born in 85. Perfect. We're good.
I mean, yeah, but like, if you were just sitting around watching Disney Channel right now, everybody would be like, like, they're meant to look like they're like 14. Even if they're not, like, it's still weird.
I'm not going to do that right now.
Not right. You're like, we're recording a podcast.
Recording.
Chris.
I can't watch.
I'm going to wait until after the podcast.
I'll watch Sweet Life of Zack and Cody right after this.
They switched to Sweet Life on Deck, and then it was just downhill from there. But we're not going to get into too much Disney Channel.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about High School Musical?
I mean, sometimes you got to get your head in the game, Konvikt.
I've never seen any of them.
Dude, Vanessa Hudgens.
She's a hottie post hottie, dude.
Dude, she was like the first like nude. Remember when her nudes got leaked?
Yeah, I do remember those got leaked, and you're just like, wow, all right.
I had those saved on my PSP. Oh man, yeah, that PSP. Oh, that PSP saw some things, man.
Where's that PSP nowadays?
I don't know. Jumped off a bridge or something.
It's gone. Oh my god, PSP. Oh god.
Dude, PSPs were awesome, and then they just like stopped caring about it. They're like, you know what? We'll just let Nintendo have this.
Yeah, the DS took over. There's nothing else that like portable, and then it's the Switch. It's pretty much.
How the hell did we just go? We just were talking about Vanessa Hudgens. That's how big of nerds we are. We just jumped off of a naked girl to talk about video games. Like, yeah, she was the first naked girl. I was like, yeah, whatever. 3DS though.
Dude, I remember the Game Boy printer, and I would print out.
The Game Boy printer.
Oh god, this is an old thing. Okay, yeah, back
Faja,
in the day, they had a Game Boy
me?
printer for the gray old big Game Boy or Game Boy Color.
A printer.
So you can print your screenshots from your Game Boy. And there's a camera on it, so you can take a picture of your nipple and print it out with a little piece of paper.
What? On the original Game Boy?
Yeah, the Game Boy camera.
Why did they not have
printer.
that on any of the Game Boys after that?
It was so bad and pixelated that they didn't bring it out to the other ones.
Yeah, because they're like, why the fuck would people like, ooh, it's dots already. Let me show this to somebody.
And phones came out with cameras on them, so I'm pretty sure you didn't need it anymore.
I mean, there was a jump. You just made a significant jump. I know you're trying not to age yourself, but you're like, yeah, then smartphones were there. Like, no.
Not
there was a
smartphones,
middle ground
but phones. We're not
the
there
Game
yet.
Boy Pocket and a phone with a camera on it. That was like 15 years at least.
Ah, Jesus, man.
How old were you when you got a cell phone?
16. 15.
I was in 6th grade.
I got mine in 9th.
9th, you freshie.
9th grade with a Nokia with Snake on it. And that's how old I am. Or Nextel with the flip phones that you played hacky sack with, where they go bleep bleep. It like has the walkie-talkie on it.
Are you talking? Oh, I wasn't. I was thinking of those Nokias with Snake, like the original cell phone. Like
Yeah, the big brick. I had one of those, and the Nextel.
They weren't
one.
like the big ones. It was like the first one was Snake, and you can customize. Like I remember my sister's was like purple and had like rainbow keys, and I thought it was so cool. You couldn't break those fucking things if you tried.
Yeah, it's a brick. It was like, that's what I mean. Like it was like you play hacky sack with them.
Dude, I dropped my phone. So like, you know, if you're like checking out like, I don't know, like some random fucking department store, like, you know how they always have like those shitty racks with like bad knockoff candy and shit.
Yeah.
So I dropped my phone literally like a foot above that, and it landed on it, and it destroyed the entire screen.
Dude, these phones break way too
Yeah, and I was like, that was literally like a 1.5 foot drop. And like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like,
they're made to do that, though. You know, you gotta buy a new one.
yeah, planned obsolescence.
What?
Oh my god!
You call me a
dude,
pterodactyl again?
Just any big word throws you off. You really need
what?
You really need to expand your vernacular, Konvikt.
Now, my mom used to have to make me read a new word every day, and the only word I remembered was longevity. Long lived.
You know, that's ironic that that's the only one that you remembered, actually.
That's the only one I remember out of all my flashcards.
It's actually funny that that's the only one. Is that the longest word you know?
Supercalifragilis. Superduperducious.
That's not even it.
It's a real word. It's in the dictionary, I'm pretty sure.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
There you go. That he finished it for me. You're in college. I'm not. No, wait.
I'm not even in college, bro. I'm
Did
out
you
of
go
college.
to college?
Yeah, of course. I crushed that shit.
Like, this is also a learning experience for me with you.
Yeah, and for me with you too. Like, do you even know what the word vernacular means?
Yeah, reading words.
Reading words.
Words upon books and eyes.
Your poor wife. Vernacular is your vocabulary. Do you know what vocabulary
Why didn't
means?
you just say vocabulary?
Because I want to throw you off with big words. That's going to be my new thing now.
Every time Konvikt doesn't understand a word, drink.
You guys are going to get really, really drunk.
Every time I don't understand a word.
I don't know. Was there something that either of us said? Maybe that is the drinking game for this episode. Every time Konvikt's confused, I'm so sorry, guys. You guys are going to have to get multiple bottles. Every time Konvikt's confused, you have to drink.
Which is a lot. I am blonde and balding.
But you're still kind of cute.
Whoa. Kinda?
You got that giggle. The giggle saves you. I'll give you that.
What giggle?
That even though you forced it, that one. That one. There's the real one.
There's the giggle.
That saves you. I swear to God, that saves you. Everybody's like, this guy's a dick. And then you're like, and they're like, oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, it's gotten me in trouble so many times, though, man. I can't giggle in real life.
That's because we use humor as like a defense thing.
It's true.
It's like our go-to reaction for stuff.
I think
I'm
all
the same way.
comedians like that.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I'm a comedian, right?
Do you just call yourself a comedian?
I'm a comedian, right? That's why I was questioning it.
Have you ever done stand-up?
I have stood up before, yes. But
guys, do you want to hear a fun fact? The other day, and I might have said this on last week's podcast, but it's so mind-blowing that I don't even care. Konvikt took how many steps? 70 in your entire day? Less than. It was like
64, 65.
64 steps were taken in Konvikt's entire day.
I averaged 130 a day that week.
You know, you're supposed to get like 10,000, right?
A day?
Yeah.
Or a week. Yikes.
No.
Maybe I just don't carry my
10,000
phone around. You know, I just leave it downstairs.
No, it's because even if no,
I
that's
know I
not
go
why.
upstairs more for food than that. 60 steps. It's gotta be. Yeah. I leave
Then
it
carry your phone on you. Prove us wrong, Konvikt.
I'm gonna get one of those Fitbits. Just
None
for
of
this.
our listeners want to believe that you don't know what vernacular or redacted.
Vernacular is eyeballs with vocabulary.
What?
Vernacular.
We don't want to believe that you're that dumb. So prove us wrong.
I graduated college. All right, son. Now,
All right, son.
let me tell you about my going to college. We had to go.
I wanted
In the
to ask
snow.
Konvikt more questions about his college life, and he's like, I can't answer most of those.
My college life is not for the radio.
Yeah, apparently Con was such a badass that.
Let's just say there were no phones back then.
Dude, that seems like a fucking way better time.
It actually was. I actually used to throw my phone away so that I wouldn't have a phone, so I wouldn't have to call my parents or call my girlfriend, anything.
That adds up.
But it was a snake phone, you know? There's no social media on it.
Oh yeah. Dude, I mean, that's a whole another series of
It's like
series of
MySpace,
podcasts.
dude. Oof. Top 8?
MySpace was kind of dope though.
Who was in? Would I be in your top 8?
Yeah, fuck yeah. You would be like, where would you be?
You'd be in
I don't
front
know.
of my
Like,
wife.
you'd be like 3. You'd be like 3 or 4 probably.
Whoa! Oh! All right. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, no, wait. Didn't everybody leave Tom? Wasn't Tom always number 1 or some shit?
I got rid of him.
Okay.
You were weird if you had him as your number 1.
I feel like that was like a thing. Anyway, no, you'd be like 2 or 3. You'd probably be 2 or 3.
Who'd be 1?
Probably my friend Morgan.
Okay.
And then there's like a couple like childhood friends or like I don't know. You probably wouldn't be 2 or
Literally
3, I'm
told
not
you
gonna
you'd
lie.
be in front of my wife, but it's fine.
Is that what you said?
Uh-huh.
I mean, we do talk, guys. Me and Konvikt do talk more than most.
We basically
Healthy
have these
couples talk.
conversations
Yeah.
all the time.
This is literally when we if our podcast feels loose, it's because this is literally what we do all the time.
You're welcome.
You are very welcome. We cover a lot of good stuff. We learn a lot about each other. I think that's the best part. It's like
Every episode I
we're
learn
going on
something
a
new.
journey with our listeners.
Every episode, something new about you.
Something, I mean, I cannot believe. I still can't believe the Beatles thing. Okay, but wait, can
Ashley
we go back
Tisdale? Let's go back to that or something. Let's get off the Beatles.
to Ashley Tisdale is a babe.
Not
don't get me
anymore.
wrong.
She didn't pull a Jennifer Aniston.
But she never had that fuck you friends money, bro.
True.
But yeah. But the reason the Friends was so popular is because every sitcom that you watch now is based off of Friends. So you're like, oh, like there's a bunch of other shows that do this concept better, but you forget that they were the ones that did the concept.
Since you did stand-up comedy, do you like Seinfeld?
I don't. Okay, why did you preface that with that? Like, I don't
Because
think those two go
Seinfeld, the
directly.
comedy. Do you like the show Seinfeld at all?
I do like the show.
Was it better than Friends?
I would say that you can't really compare them. I would say that the comedy in it was probably better written from like a stand-up comedian's perspective,
Okay.
but to capture the hearts of families all over the world, I think Friends, like, because they set that's what every good sitcom has, is like that, like, I want to hang out with these people. I want this in my life. Like, can you imagine, like, actually living like the Friends did? Like, there was like 3 of them in one fucking apartment. The other ones were right across the hall. Ross lived somewhere, but he was always fucking there. Like,
somewhere else.
Like he was across the street at one point, but nobody like we don't. And Phoebe lives somewhere, but she was always
or
there.
Something.
Yeah, but like, can you imagine how annoying that would actually fucking be? Like they were in their like 30s, like they were.
They were. You can't afford apartments in New York like that.
Yeah, but it was so well. I mean, I agree, but they also had really nice fucking apartments.
They did lofts.
Yeah, they had the. I mean, I guess the boys did take it over at one point, but the main one, that would be such a sick apartment. But anyway, you would not want to live like that.
Nope.
No, and you would end up hating all of those people. Like,
have you ever had roommates?
Quick. Yeah, I have.
Are you friends with them still?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I've never. I mean, I've only lived with a friend once, and it didn't end like super badly. But yeah, we don't like talk a whole lot.
I remember one of my last roommates. He was drinking my milk, and I just wanted to fight him over my drinking my milk. That's how bad it is.
Dude, one time in college. So in college, I had a bunch of random roommates. And one of them stole from me constantly. And I would literally like go in his room and just grab my shit back. And I would call him out on it all the fucking time. But without like, I'd be like, I found these in your fucking room. And you'd be like, I didn't take them. And I'd be like, I don't know how to argue with this level of stupid, but.
Should have called him a pterodactyl, you know?
Yeah, you're a pterodactyl. Fuck, I'm sorry I stole your shit, bro. But I had a calzone. I got a half of one. It was a big calzone, so I had a half a calzone left. Mm-hmm. It was like 1 a.m, and I was like a little hungry, and I was like, I'm gonna eat the fuck out of this calzone. And I got really excited.
Oh no!
And I woke up everybody. I started fucking screaming. I slammed the fucking fridge. And, who the fuck stole my fucking calzone? And then everybody was like. Popped out and they're like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I know. And I pointed at the kid and I was like, I know you fucking stole it. And he's like, I didn't steal it, man. I was like, I swear to God, I know it was you. I'm so fucking mad. And I literally lost. I had like a mental breakdown over a calzone.
The calzone.
And it was funny. We had this kid who was from China. He was the nicest kid ever, but he didn't really like speak English super well. Like, no, okay. No, it was not. But the look of confusion on his face about me screaming at 1 a.m. was like, he's like, I don't understand what he's saying, but he seems really mad. But I'm also pretty upset that he woke me up. But it seems like it's important. Like that was the look on his face. It was over a calzone. But fuck, I mean, you don't fuck with another man's food. That's fucked up.
That happened to me when I left for like 5 days to go home. And all my food was gone when I came back, and I was pissed.
I mean, 5 days is one thing,
but you expect your canned food to be there. They even ate all the canned food. And
no, dude, 5 days. Okay, I'm sorry. 5 days is too long. This happened like night of.
You had your own shelves, your own fucking cabinets. And they had to go in there. And
how long? Like, did you guys actually? Were you able to stick to that? Because that's impressive.
Yeah, and we actually did the dishes and everything. I think the best roommates I ever had were ones that were forced upon me from college. Like
I did have a good experience with one of them. He was from France, and he was a really good skater, and we went skating all the time.
Hell yeah,
that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I moved in with the friends, I'm like, all right, friends with them now, not like good friends with them.
Yeah, dude, because shit changes. Because you learn shit about each other, and then like all the little stuff starts to piss you off. It's like having all the significant other. You just like don't get to bang them, so you don't get the relief of the anger. It just
it's like having a wife.
I didn't say it.
I love my wife.
Since you already threw yourself under the bus, can we talk about you in college?
No. Let's just say Tinder wasn't around at the time.
I'm trying for us, audience. I'm trying. We're going to get it one day.
It was all about those Craigslist missed connections.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
That's sketchy as shit. I was like, did you get stabbed also?
That misconnection. I almost stabbed you at Walmart the other day.
I almost stabbed you at Walmart.
You were the fat one.
I was the guy that almost murdered you. You remember me?
That's dude, I miss Craigslist misconnections or like the love things on there. They took it all away, the relationships.
People really did, like, Googling the worst Craigslist post or like the funniest Craigslist post is actually like, I almost peed my pants. There's one I remember. I've read it on my stream like 5 times. It is so long. Everybody gets so bored in the middle of reading it, but I fucking crack up the entire time. And it's
Maybe that
about
could
a
be a
yoga
segment.
mat that was used one time, and this guy writes like so much. It's like a minute by minute play-by-play of the day he used it, and it is the funniest fucking thing I've ever read.
Maybe that can be a segment. We find the funniest Craigslist post of the day.
I mean, yeah, we could do that.
Just brainstorming on the podcast.
Welcome in, guys.
Welcome in.
That's how Rob's brain works, though. Like that's why he's good for this sort of stuff. Like he's always looking for the next move.
You gotta be on your toes. They call me Twinkle Toes. Freddy.
Like he's not the idea guy behind this. This was
both of our ideas.
This is something that I wanted to do. I think more than Con, but it's okay.
It's 50-50, like a relationship should be.
A relationship should be.
Actually, sorry, let me
Just like
rephrase
the
that. We'll be
prophets.
sappy. Diamonds.
Just like the prophets will be. Are you about to be nice to me?
I'm about
Holy
to be
shit.
nice. You ready? It's 100,
Really?
100, because we both give 100%.
Oh my god.
Not 50-50.
And you have 100% of my heart.
Deal. I'll take it.
You better not break it.
I don't know what to say when you whisper that into my ear right now. Taste the rainbow. Well, that's been a great episode.
That is an hour. Holy shit. What a.
Thank you for joining us on this adventure.
Sum it up.
I don't even
Shakira's
know.
got a great ass. Konvikt doesn't understand big words. And there was a whole lot of other stuff in between.
KFC was in there.
Fuck. Forgot about that. I feel like I've been in here for days.
That was a
recording.
lot of things we went through, Jenna.
Yeah, we really did. All right, speaking of Seinfeld, this is a podcast about nothing.
We had topics at the start. We did cover some.
We did. We learned. I learned. Okay. Anyway, this has been episode 3 of We Haven't Made It Yet. I am your boy Chris Diamond, as Diamonds on Twitch and Diamonds on Twitter and all socials. It's with a 1 and a 0 because Twitch won't let me have Diamonds regularly because I don't know why. So that's D1AM0NDS. Oh yeah.
And my name's Rob, also known as Konvikt with K's.
Rob Redacted.
Rob Pterodactyl and Konvikt with K's, KonviktTV on Twitch, on all social medias.
Me D2. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I said that. Can we end it? Can we end it before I make that terrible fucking joke? Anyway, guys, don't forget to like and review. Reviews and likes on podcasts, whether you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you're listening to them. Reviews and comments are actually massive. And we also do have a Patreon that is up, patreon.com/ We Haven't Made It Yet. If you do want to support the podcast and Konvikt's wife and children, apparently, then you can help us out there. We will be having exclusive content for our patrons as well. We will be working in some live streams, doing some podcast live stuff on a Twitch channel for the podcast. So look out for some stuff that we got coming for you beautiful people.
Lit.
That's a lit bop.
That's dripping.
No cap, on God. Great episode.